Hello, my name is Ted. Hola, ¿cómo están? Steampunk started in the 1980s in California in the area of fashion, but became popular in the 21st century in many different areas, including movies and music. Imagine, if you will, living in Victorian England during the late 1800s. Then, imagine what the world would look like if electricity did not take over, and imagine that steam was the future and our present instead of electricity. After all, in the late 1800s, steam was considered the way of the future. Steampunk creates fashion, movies, and music as if it lived in a different 21st century. A 21st century that is built on steam power. So steampunk is like science fiction in a way, from a 19th century point of view. Looking at the future, a different future. I would not consider this first video steampunk music, but the setting and the costumes are 100% steampunk. Lindsay Sterling imagines what a steampunk world would look like in the Wild West. And the song is called Round Table Revival. Coming in at number 4 is another band that is not considered steampunk music, but the set is amazingly steampunk at its best. Panic at the Disco wrote and sang this song called The Ballad of Mona Lisa. The video itself is built around a 19th century funeral in steampunk form. Notice how the windows and mirrors are covered. Notice also that the body is laid out for everybody to see. This was the custom of 19th century Victorian England. Finally, if you will look very close, you will see that Brendan Urie, who is the lead vocalist, wears a mechanized arm. This arm is a tribute to steampunk science fiction, which is another form of steampunk. Now, the top 3 bands, the next 3 in my list, are considered steampunk bands who play steampunk music. The first real steampunk band, coming in at number 3, is Abney Park singing Steampunk Revolution. In 1997, Abney Park began as a goth/black metal band, but turned to a different sound and turned to a steampunk audience for a new look around 2006. Abney Park creates stories around each character in the band. Building imaginary stories around people in the band is common in steampunk music. And according to the band's story, their plane collided with a time-traveling dirigible called the Ophelia, said to have been created by a Dr. Leguminous Calgary, which is probably a reference to a 1920 silent film, The Cabinet of Dr. Calgary. And they collided with this in a freak storm. The band commandeered the vessel, deciding to become airship pirates. And they formed a new band from the surviving members of the crash. This is Abney Park. Coming in at number 2 is Professor Elemental singing Just Glue Some Gears on It and Call It Steampunk. Professor Elemental comes from England, and before becoming full-time steampunk, he was approached to do a concept album of hip-hop as it would be sounding in different time periods. Well, while working on this album, he created a character called Professor Elemental. And even though he never finished the concept album, he did stay with that character and turned to steampunk for inspiration. Professor Elemental mixes music with comedy, inspired by comic books, cartoons, and old tapes of American hip-hop from the late 1980s. This is Professor Elemental singing about the cheapness of so many steampunk fashions.
I'm afraid, and as I went on, I became more dismayed, for they often didn't modify the things they wanted me to buy. Heavens to Betsy, I'm the Steampunk is more than a mere mode of dress or decoration, so it brings me some distress to see a metal cicada described with that name, or a teacup, a mood ring, a silver gilt frame. Gluing on gears at least takes effort. This is slow for the worst. Just glue some gears on it and call it steampunk. That's the trendy fashion nowadays. A copper-painted chunk of some 1980s junk will fetch a pretty penny on eBay.
Our last group, and my favorite steampunk group, is called Steam-Powered Giraffes, singing Brass Goggles. In the late 19th century, people wore goggles to protect their eyes from dusty roads and work inside coal mines, so it was only fitting to begin wearing goggles in steampunk festivals in the dusty deserts of the western United States when steampunk was young. Now, if you haven't already noticed, goggles are worn in every video so far. As far as fashion is concerned, if you don't have goggles, you just don't get steampunk. Steam-Powered Giraffe met in San Diego studying theater arts, training in clown, theater, music, and visual design. Each member of Steam-Powered Giraffe is a science fiction robot designed from the 19th century point of view. This is Steam-Powered Giraffe.
How'd you like to try a pumping lead through your veins? Or have a heart so wet and gold that starts rusting? When your brain takes on stopping, your voice is talking all the time, and you live for feelings you've never felt because you cannot feel. And what is this leaking affecting my eye? Does the oil that is dripping mean this is a crime? Will I ever be so?
Finally, to you steampunk musicians, I want to give you a challenge. Don't just take an electric guitar and glue some gears on it and call it steampunk. Can you design and demonstrate a steam-powered guitar? This is Ted. Adios and goodbye.
Living thing with feelings. I can't hear you. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, la 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 la
Wind me up, turn the gears. Wind me up, turn the gears. Wind me up and turn the gears. Wind me up and turn the gears. The water was sharp when he learned from the Nile. Couple African elephants are turning outside. So we built these wonderful automaton floats and a very big steam-powered G-rabbit smokes.